Welcome back, my friends, to the trip that never ends. Here we go. Mm. Well, maybe you can tell the difference and maybe you can't. But so what? Hello, everyone. We are SOTU, and we invite you to join us on another journey through the infinite realms of your imagination. Adrian, nice to talk to you today.
Nice to see you
You have
again.
something for us that you would like us to talk about?
Yes, you had mentioned a few weeks ago that it was possible for us to affect the consensus.
Mm. Yes.
I'd like to know how we do that. I'd like
Well,
to know more about
first
that.
of all, it's a dynamic of belief.
Hmm?
It's a dynamic of belief that you can. And then
Absolutely.
it's a matter of faith that even if you, what shall we say, don't get it completely correct or completely right the first time, that you will maintain that dynamic of that sustaining energy in order to be able to move through that dynamic of creation. The problem, the major thing that gets in front of the what you all you all wish to create for yourselves, the main thing that gets in the way is you and
Absolutely.
and 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 your yabots. Then let's talk, I wish to create wealth, I wish to create money, I wish to create that whole dynamic. I pray for it, I focus on it. But you're not looking at the whole dynamics of how you were brought up to believe that money is the root of all evil. And if you are going to be a spiritual person, how can you be dealing with the root of all evil on a consistent basis? And these are now we realize that you may not think that you hold these beliefs yourself, but we would suggest to you that you've heard echoes of them so many times in your
Hmm.
reality that it sinks in. It's a consensus belief. It forms a template. It forms a certain dynamic of energy where if your resonance is similar, it draws you into the dynamic energetically almost. So. It's very. Did we answer your question?
Well, you've shown that the first thing that stands in the way are our own beliefs, and that we might have beliefs that are perhaps in our subconscious that we're not aware of that says that money's evil. So,
So when you get together as groups, you transcend you, or it is a bit. It is you are able to transcend those individual yabbats. Now, that's not to say you're going to not have to deal with more of the dynamics of the consensus belief yabbats, but if you remove yours first, the whole dynamic becomes much easier, and then you can join with others in such a way as to not bring your own limitations into the dynamic because there's others involved.
all right. So I've known this for years that, and consciously, that money is
Yeah.
not the root of all evil.
Well, but hold on. Isn't it more understandable to realize that it's very hard to get together in that sort of way when the whole journey of the past many millennium has been learning individuation, individuality. You, in the dynamics of your journey as a species, has been moving far enough and advancing more and more enough where you moved out of the dynamic of being victims of your reality to being more and more in charge and in understanding your reality and being able to affect the dynamics of your reality through your thoughts, through your words, through your feelings. And as you have matured, as you have evolved, as you have transmuted the dynamics of the negative energies that you have believed that you have stood in the way, you clear that dynamic of the possibility Now, often those of you do that are successful in this area, you tend to hoard that energy for yourselves because you feel that it is so fragile. And yet, when it is multiplied through the dynamics of others, two, three, four, five, 10, you magnify those dynamics of manifestation. Can you do it as an individual? Well, there are certain people and certain souls that are incarnate with the ability to manifest out of thin air, but that's a big stretch in belief for most of you. We think we actually answered your question.
You're talking about addressing one's personal beliefs and shifting them, and also getting
Well, if you
together
look
with
at there's
others.
a personal belief, is it individually yours or is it something that you've learned?
It's something I learned.
Right. Well, through experience, and so many of you don't appreciate the dynamics of the experiences that you've had in your life. You think that they're all bad and wrong, and yet every choice has led to your movement forward. Hopefully, your movement forward.
So no, either I was distracted by our roosters going off, which they are, or I didn't quite get how we're affecting the consensus. I understand that as we get
You're
together as
affecting the consensus with your individual belief, but you're only your spark against
right,
8 billion other sparks
right.
and their beliefs, and they have as much power of creation as you do, but it's aligning your energies, it's coming together with a certain dynamic of resonance, and so what is the ultimate dynamic of resonance? Peace. And so, the journey to peace, how many of you are even considering that these days? And so, one of the things that we want to remind you about is that Adrienne is running her version of a TikTok site called the Peace Genesis Project, which has been a co-creation between us and Ezekiel and Adrienne and Josh and the hundreds, if not thousands, of others that have worked with us over the years. So, this is the dynamic of having brought together a number of energies in order to create a certain reality, a certain possibility, a certain dynamic of understanding. And that is the understanding that we all wish to share with you.
So bottom line is you're willing to work with us in
We
group.
are willing to work with you in group. If we get together and do that, we will do podcasts. We will do any number of things at this point if the interest is there. And so feel free to engage us through hippiemystic.sotu. Contact us through peacegenesisproject.org. Contact us through the other TikTok channel, which is Peace Genesis Project,
Mhm.
and engage us. And um, we're here for you if you wish it, if you wish it. And so the question is, again, for the week, are you going to claim your divine nature? Or are you stuck in this meat suit and can't see anything beyond that? Well, we like it medium rare. All right. We love you all so very, very much. And so, until the next time we close, sending you peace, sending you happiness, sending you joy. And Adrian, close us out.